Hi, Angela. Hello, everybody. Good. Joanne, Lynn, Mark. Good afternoon. Judith, Debbie. Oh, hi, Debbie from Ontario, Canada. Good. I guess you know where we are. All right. Susie, Liz, Mary, everybody's here. Vicky, Cynthia, please, Liam, check with me. Good. Nice blue sky. Yeah. Yeah, I'm waiting. Actually, I have a secret. I mean, just to tell you, I mean, I'm getting some people putting up and setting up the amphitheater here, so they're not finished yet. That's why I'm showing you the sky. The sky is here, blue sky, sunny day. Saray. Okay, hi Linda. Hi Julia. Wonderful. Yeah, top of my head. True. Yeah, that's part of the package. Good. Yeah, 3 more minutes to go, and we will be right ready for the show. Can everybody hear me? Oh, Quebec, Canada. Who else? Where do we have some people from the Southeast Asia? Americas, Chicago. Good. Lori, Mark. Wonderful. I mean, isn't it really incredible? I mean, just being able to be somewhere else, sitting in your same place and living a dazzling experience. St. Louis, Missouri. Hi, Carolyn. Lisa. Yeah, yeah. That's what we have. Lynn. Good. Elizabeth. Josephine. Chris. Pauline. Okay. Northampton. Good. I bet it's a gray sky. I mean, overcast, probably cold. We're about 28 degrees centigrade. Yeah, I took off my coat actually, and I'm keeping just my fleece in case later it gets a little cooler. Right. All right. I'm thrilled, folks, today to take you to a wonderful journey. A wonderful journey. Okay. See, they're getting those parts of the amphitheater ready now. All right. Okay. Who else? Polly. Okay. Freezing fog. Oh, I'm sorry. Good. Hi, Jill. Hi, Pauline. What did Liam say? Let's see. No, I mean, because it's a promise, actually. I mean, I promise, I mean, just to be entertaining a little bit our audience and while the amphitheater is being set ready for them, I mean, just all right. Okay, that's true. It's like waiting for what, Linda? For curtain up. Yeah, crew it. Oh gosh, I mean, yeah, it's a little bit set up. I mean, and like setting in the theater, and I'm so glad to be with you today for this wonderful experience. Actually, this is the first time we broadcast live with virtual trips, a journey in old classics, Roman time, amphitheaters, games. Hey, games, games. All right. Hello, folks. That's me with a mask, a little bit without, and with and without glasses. Good. All right. Welcome to everybody here. It's 3:30 in the afternoon, El Jem, which is about 200 kilometers south of Tunis, where I live. And I want to show you this. All right. Can you see this? I mean, these are some documents because of these. All right. Still. All right. Doesn't work the way I wanted it. But anyway, yeah, this is a sketch actually layout of the amphitheater, not this one, because this one fits within the Colosseum in Rome, but this one you're gonna see is quite different. Are you ready for the big opening? Great. And that's where we are. This is what we have right in front of us, folks. Big day for the games. A big day for the games. And would you believe it? I mean, this monument has been standing here for close to 2,000 years, actually 1,800 years, uh, when the city of Thysdrus, when the city of Thysdrus was a hub for trade. Yeah, yeah, Diane, look at this. And yet, the best is more to come, actually, yet to come. And we're going to explore this part uh, of the amphitheater. And I want to show you something as I'm getting inside. I'm inside of the amphitheater, but I'm getting inside the arena. And I bet all of you know the meaning of arena. Why was that picked for the main game area? Because it's filled with sand, which is the case today, filled with sand. So if I were if I were uh, acting here as a gladiator or a hunter, a professional hunter, I would have got through this passageway to the arena, proceeded actually. I'm following the pompa, Pompa, which is a set of musicians, orchestra, and most of them are trumpeters. And yeah, Linda, sorry, you went to the Colosseum. We're going to talk about that. We're going to compare both of them actually in 45 minutes, all of it. So imagine I'm a gladiator. I have my gladius sword and I'm getting inside the arena. And the trumpeters would start actually like this. And they would stop. And the people would cheer up. And then they get boom, 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 boom. Now we're inside, and look at this. I'm gonna get you a 360-degree overview. Look at that beautiful color, the blue sky, the ochre color of the monument, even the collapsing part of it, which has a huge patina on it, blackish. Uh, and look, all over this in here. And we're turning around and we're getting to the other 360-degree over here. All right. Now, when you see this seating area where the family is, that's marble. All the seats are marble. And the openings, actually, there are few openings. We call them vomitoria. They vomit people from inside. They vomit people from inside. Good. All right. Guess what? Just happened to see my sister who came with me. Hi. Uh, خلي عندك. She's gonna help me with some of the documents here. Let me see. I'm gonna show you this. We need to learn a little bit about what used to be. This is the aim, actually, of what the games were about. Panem et Circenses, and I'm sure you know that. Bread and games. Thank you, Linda. Bread and games. So, what the emperors used to do is just keep people, the population, busy with games so that they do not get involved. They do not get involved in politics. But then you look at this amphitheater in here, and you would be amazed. Guess what? Guess what was the capacity of this amphitheater in here? Guess what? 35, not 3,500, 35,000 people could fit within this huge amphitheater. Now, I want to show you certain things. Want you to follow me. We have 45, 50 minutes. Uh, a good time, and fair time to explain a little bit what happened here in this part. I know probably some of you would have never guessed that there were Roman amphitheaters in North Africa. For what? Of course, North Africa was a Roman colony, and Carthage was a metropolis. El Jem, which used to be called Thysdrus, was a hub for olive oil. So, and it had two amphitheaters, a smaller one and this one here. This one collapsed in here many times because of invasions and battles. Okay, now we're talking about a day at the game. A day at the game in the Roman times. There were several monuments dedicated to games and entertainment in the Roman cities. And I know that most of you know of the theater, uh, Colosseum, which is the one in Rome, Hippodrome, circuses, and Odeon. These are the four major um, game entertaining areas that were dedicated, to entertain populations in the big cities. Did you know, for instance, that there was only a Colosseum in the old world, and every other amphitheater cannot be called Colosseum? The only Colosseum is the one in Rome, because there was actually a big, huge statue of Nero called Colossus. That's where the word colossal, Colosseum. The Colosseum in Rome is round, circular. This one is oval, is oval. So I'm gonna take you up the stairs to enjoy a huge and interesting view from the top of the amphitheater. This amphitheater, and of course, you might probably wonder, Muhammad did not tell us about the dates and probably the era, but this amphitheater was built around 238 AD under Gordian the First, the Emperor Gordian the First. Oh, yeah, you're right, Mark. Mark says, I can imagine Andrea Bocelli doing a solo or concert here. Yeah, of course, like in other places, theaters or amphitheaters. And every year, except last summer because of the COVID, every year you have here orchestras and performances, music performances in here, which is a good place for that. Yeah, okay. Um, let's see. I'm gonna take you upstairs, as I mentioned, and we will talk a little bit over this part of it. You can see this scaffolding in here. scaffolding. You know what? This is U.S. NGO money put in here to help Tunisia take care, maintain, and restore um the monument. So I want to show you like these arches. You want to have to imagine all of this area more in detail, like this wall here, which had been restored. Everything was covered in here. Everything was covered, and you have stairways and arches, arcades, and then you have seating areas and vomitoria. All of this collapsed around 5th century, and then in the 19th century there were battles between the French and the Tunisians in here, and of course they did a lot of harm to this monument in here. A lot of scaffolding that had been started about 3 months ago to take off all the patina and restore actually the infrastructure of the amphitheater. I want to tell you something else. If I were a professional hunter, I would have had a goddess of the hunt, Diana, as a shrine on top of the scaffolding over there. You would have a shrine and the goddess Diana, and everybody would be worshiping Diana before getting to the arena. And as you can tell by the wall of the arena, let me take this one here. You see this wall, which is what? Which is probably less than, probably 10 feet high. That's the wall that prevents actually and protects the spectators from the feline, I mean the cats coming in here. And you can imagine all kinds of hunters hunting lions, tigers, panthers, cheetahs, rhino, hippos in here. All of them, most of them were brought from Africa, from uh, what we call sub-Saharan and tropical Africa. And this one here, let me check. You see this gap here, which is protected? This one here, they would have had down below a winch to lift up the cage to free the lions in the arena for the show. So this place, this hole here, is for the cages. The other ditch, this one here, which is a kind of spina called spina, you can look at it, and there are the cells where they could keep the lions. All right, let's see. Okay, are you ready for climbing up? Let me see. All right. I'm not gonna tell you. Tabitha says a vomitorium was used by Romans to purge after eating too much as well. Yes, but the word vomitorium for the amphitheater is a metaphor. The other vomitorium is with the thumb, actually. After the cena dinner, they would vomit. That's right. But this is a metaphor, but we call it vomitorium. Now back to our climbing up the stairs. I'm not telling you how many of them, but we need probably a second wind. All right. Okay, ready? Let's walk up. Oh, look at this. And I want you to look at the details of the arcades, arches. You see those holes here in the ashlar blocks? Actually, most of the ashlar blocks here were quarried in the nearby quarries, about 30 clicks south of El Jeb. And you see those here? These are clips. These are used, actually, these hoses are used to clip uh, with a crane, actually, to lift them up as a lever or winch. But then they can use them to have a marble sheet, which is put directly on the ashlar block. And look now. These are not really small, uh, entertaining monument. This is a huge one. 35,000 people can fit in this place. Whereas the population then, in the third century of Al Jam, did not exceed 20,000. Let's walk up again this section. Now we have much more stairs to come. I can show you part of the city. So the amphitheater today is right in the middle of the new city of El Jam, which was not the case when the Romans were living there. Oh, okay, let's do some masonry and architecture here, folks. Look at this arch, or even the second one, or even the third one, or even the fourth, fifth, sixth. You see all those blocks? They stick to each other without mortar. How about that? Yes, yes, Beth. I'm getting you a picture out the window. Yeah, okay. I want you just to look at the keystone right in the middle of the arch and all the other stones with the holes for the clips. And that's what we call the keystone technique. All right. Okay, here's a picture for everybody. All right. A screenshot. You see this amphitheater, this kind of theater seating? This is new. This is for performances actually and functions here. And I can see even a dromedary. Unfortunately, because of the COVID, there are almost no tourists coming from abroad, as frontiers are not open for everybody, for every country. So it's a mess. I must tell you, it's a mess. People are suffering here. People invested a lot of money in tourism, and today, what? I mean, there, lots of them went bankruptcy. Some, lots of them just closed. Yeah, Vicky. Yeah, you have to climb up with me. All right. Look at this one. Oh, this one probably another screenshot for some of you. Okay. Oh, Tabitha, your brother-in-law is Tunisian and lives in Sousse. All right. Good. My sister lives in Sousse. That's how she came with me. Look at this. We're getting more steps. By the way, the amphitheater is about 32 meters high. 32 meters high. Would you please take a deep breath? Take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. Look what's what we got in here. That's why I don't ask everybody to come up, but I would say it's preferable to try it if you can, because when you get to the end, that's where you got really the best shot of the amphitheater. You can hear me breathing. Now, the roof on top of this is gone, but it gives more brightful colors to the arches. Some few steps left, folks. Another view from the window. Look at that. Hello. All right. Everybody went upstairs, and you really deserve looking at this place in here, elliptical oval. The best view you can ever get from this place, even though collapsing, and probably one third of it is no more there, but you can find more details. Look at this, stunning, isn't it, Sophia? Right, Stella. Good. Look at those colors. And I'm sure, just let me know. I'm sure that most of you didn't know before we launched and we advertised about this thing in here, that in Tunisia, in the center of Tunisia, there's such a huge, amazing, colossal, gigantic monument. Nancy's asking, how long did it take to build this? We know by historical facts that there were riots and demonstrations and conspiracies. The Guardian first, the emperor died actually without actually attending the inauguration of the amphitheater. But this took them probably between 7 to 8 years because this amphitheater has been built from scratch, whereas other amphitheaters are built from quarries. So this place here, you pick a place and you build on top of it the whole structure. What's the black on the upper level blocks? Linda said there was a fire in the 19th century, and that burned big part of this amphitheater. But plus, there were actually battles between the Turks and the French in here, and bombing, cannon balls. But plus, what we see here, like this black, the black texture we got here, that's patina. That's patina. These, for instance, have been cleaned. All right. Remember where we started? Actually, look, follow my finger. That's where we started. That's where we started trumpeteering. We got to the oval arena. And I got you till the scaffoldings and the shrine of Diana the Huntress, the goddess of the hunters. 35,000 people could fit in this game area. This one actually, and I want you to bear that in mind, this place here is not good for chariot race. You would perform the chariot race in a circus, hippodrome, whereas this one here is only made for gladiatorial combats or professional hunts. Or also, like what happened actually during Commodus or Nero's time, the Naumachia, which were naval battles. They never took place in this place here because you need a separate device and preparation and a whole set. But in Rome, they used to have the naval battles. All right, I'm getting to the other part. Oh, Maureen is asking if that's a Roman. Yes, I mean, below that tar, I mean, that road used to be the old Roman road. Yeah. All right. Cynthia said, I might have missed it, but what is the diameter of the arena? The arena diameter, because it's oval actually, it's over 67 meters. Yes, this area was bombed during World War II, John is asking. Okay, see, we got another angle, a view, and beautiful light, isn't it? I need to read more reactions. I mean, your chat. I mean, yeah, thank you. I want you to enjoy it because this is one of the best preserved amphitheaters in the world. This one is considered as the third largest. The one in Verona is a big theater. It's not an amphitheater. There is one in Pompeii, but it's smaller than this one. Yeah, Lorna saying so gold in color. Yes. Yeah, Maureen, Roman roads are always straight. You're right. Yeah, that's what I want you to enjoy. Look, I mean, you're on top of the world. I mean, just on the very top. I can go further up. And I like this picture because the sun is shining on the from the west to the east, and the colors, this ochre color is beautiful. Anthea is asking, would men have fought lions and leopards? Of course. We call those men, the professional hunters, venatores. Venatio means hunt in Latin, or caza. Caza or caza, like in Spanish. But venato is the old Latin word for a hunt. And of course, men that were professional hunters with trident and with nets and with daggers, and they would hunt and kill the animals or be killed. Yeah, Tina, you're most welcome. You're most welcome. Thank you, Graham. Thank you, Alan. Huh. So we're about, Alan is asking how far from the sea. We're about 40 kilometers west of the seashore, 40 kilometers. And of course, El Jem is far from the sea. The Romans built a harbor for El Jem at about 40 kilometers. It's called Solectum. Solectum. Yes, Laurie is asking, so were they paid to do the hunt? Of course, they were paid. They would have given them, I mean, nurture, I mean, food, and also pay them because most of them were free men doing it as professional. Yeah. Wonderful. Wonderful. So I'm going downstairs. I'm taking you downstairs, and we're going to walk along the amphitheater from outside to see the other part. So we're inside. Oh, by the way, too, about the construction of the amphitheater, engineers recommended always, the Roman engineers recommended always starting from the arena outwards, meaning that you pick the place, the spot, give yourself more space to be moving back and forth. You cannot start from outside and get yourself in one just small corner. You finish the arena and you go further to the outside. So that's how it starts, from the arena to the main structure, the main wall of the amphitheater. Again, I want you to remember, this is not the Colosseum. This is not. This is the amphitheater, and there were hundreds of amphitheaters in the Roman Empire, but there is only one Colosseum, the one in Rome, built under Nero. Sorry, built under the Flavian emperors, to whom Nero belonged, and they built the colossal statue of Nero that was called Helios. Helios. Yeah. No, Anthea, I'm sorry. Below the arena, we don't get any connection, any connectivity. It's pretty much thick, and we lose all connectivity below it. I'm sorry. But I get you the best shots from here and from outside and from the arena as we did. All right. Ready? We're going downstairs. And I hope you're enjoying it. All right. Going downstairs. Woo, take a deep breath. You'd better get the railing work. All right. Whoever needs a railing, you have two of them. Okay. You're most welcome, Lisa. Yeah, Ramona. Yeah, yeah, it exists. Of course. Okay, I have to be careful. Those sneakers, they have good grip, so hopefully they help me. Where is that? Yeah, it's getting. You know what? Aren't you so lucky we're just by ourselves in this park? Few Tunisians visiting this place today, which is good. Everything was quarried at about 30 kilometers south of El Jem, and you have to imagine all the activity at the quarries, and from the quarries to the amphitheater, carrying all kinds of blocks, ashlar blocks, which are already cut but also finished in here. And of course, if you look at these uh, pillars here, these pillars, see this one here, and I'll show them to you. These are considered as buttresses. Hi, Mira. Oh, you've been here 12 years ago? Amazing. Good. So, a good recollection, isn't it? I mean, just to remember what you've already seen here. Back to the buttresses. Such a monument needs huge buttresses, and buttresses are built to absorb shock, to absorb any movement of the monument because of tectonics, earthquakes, or whatever. So the buttresses would be hit before the monument collapses. Good. Look at this, different colors because we're in the lower part. And I want to show you this too. Okay. All right. I'm going to give you one more treat before we go outside the Colosseum. So to say, I mean, so I should say because it's an amphitheater, but as you can see, I can even name it Colosseum because people just think the idea of having already seen the one in Rome, that's the reference. I want you to live this incredible moment, stunning, as if you were gladiators or hunters. Being in this corridor, look, behind the walls, where the cats are in the arena, going wild. And there you go. Can you imagine? You're in here and you're looking at one of those cats you're going to be challenged with. And look, you see, I mean, this is the perspective. When you see it from below like this here, it's huge. And of course, the echoing. Have to imagine when people are cheering up here. Look at this. Wow. Um, Stephanie's asking what year was this amphitheater actually opened? It was actually finished, built around 238 AD. 238 AD, during the Roman times. Roman Empire colonized, ruled in North Africa and mainly Libya, Tunisia, and Algeria till the Vandals hit North Africa, so around 436. From 44, 43 BC, during Octavian Augustus, who sent the mercenaries to Carthage to found a new city, till the Vandals came in 435. and then the collapse of Rome too. So almost 5 centuries, we'd say. Look at this. And you know what? One more thing about this wall we call parapet. It's not high enough for the cats. I mean, imagine 35,000 people in here. And the people who are sitting in the first rows, like here, you see the rating, the mail, are not really very safe. So what they do to protect them from the fats, if the lion charges, or the leopard, or the lion, or the tiger charges, he can really jump up those 10 feet. So what they put actually before the game, they put nets on those railings. Speaking of nets, I'm sure you heard of this, that above the whole amphitheater, there would be an awning. This awning is called velum, like a veil, VELUM, and it's only made by fishermen. It's only the fishermen who know exactly perfectly how to make the knots for that thin, very thin knots of the velum, just to let the light coming in and prevent from the heat of the sun. The velum would be pulled up with poles actually from here. I mean, above the amphitheater. We have several amphitheaters in Tunisia, but this is the best preserved in here. Oh, thank you, Pascal. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. I mean, adding a few details and more information to everybody, and I learn a lot, and I discuss and debate. I mean, actually, with experts too. You know, certain things are just right in the air, not sure of, but sciences and even archaeology is not very, very strict, precise science, but it has to. But we have to be sure also with different examples somewhere in the world. I mean, you can compare. And I told you about comparing this place. I think it's Salatra. Okay. My sister and my brother-in-law, they didn't come to help me, but they wanted to see this one here. And I want to show you this, first of all. Ave Caesar, or Ave Caesar I moritori te salutant. This is exactly what the gladiators and the professional hunters have to say in the arena facing the emperor. Haile, or Ave Caesar, so may Caesar live. Those who are about to die salute you. The other thing that I didn't mention before, I mentioned before actually, but I did not show you the sketch. I was hoping to see my sister. I thought she would have probably escaped or whatever. All right. See this one here? Now look. Remember what I said? This is a good depiction of building an amphitheater from the arena where I am with cranes. Look at the cranes at the edge of the buttresses. So you build it from inside to its outside. How about that? And let me show you the last one.
This one, I'm helping you now.
All right, good, good. Take this one. Wonderful. All right. I'm going to show you this. Yeah. Okay. These are the cages and the winch. See? Yeah, thank you, Maury. Yeah. So the winch, the lever, they would have it just support, actually lift up the cage with the lion, being trapped in the cage actually with the prey. And then they lift up with a sluice gate so that they can free the lion or the tiger. How about that? They just said nice sister. Hey.
Thank you.
Salam alaikum. Salam. All right, folks. As I promised, let me see. We got 10 more minutes to go. So I'm gonna take you outside the amphitheater and see the different colors. انا مش نخرج نعمل كده ندور كده تلقوني برا وين الباب ولا نكمل ندور واحد. Okay. All right. اوكي كلهم يوريوك هذه انت عيان هذوك هذيك الكاج this gentleman is asking but they want to know a little bit about things. هذيك كيفاش يتبنى الامفيتياتر والقفصات كيفاش يطلعوهم ما نقب هذوك فهمني. ايوه هذوما الكل الدرس هذا عن بعد هذا في العالم هذا البر. All right. Oh, Diane is asking what is your sister's name? Mufida. She's retired. She taught English for 32 years. And she's a little bit younger than me. I'm not telling you how old I am, but anyway. Okay. Are you ready for the big hit? Did I lose Liam? Oh, thank you. All right. Look at these. Look at these columns and at the buttresses. Look, this type of columns, sorry, this type of columns here called drum columns. Look, now, are you ready? Third largest, Chris, yes. Look, and we're not finished yet. Look, 32 meters high. Look at that. Take a screenshot. Isn't it beautiful? Let me show you. Uh, yeah. And look, if you look on top of the columns, we have the Corinthian capitals, like these two, and more of them in there. So these two here are Corinthian. Then we have the second floor, which is the Doric, and we have on the very top the Ionic. But if you look at these, everything is made of limestone. And whenever sandstone is needed, they can bring also sandstone, but it's mostly limestone. And look. I dreamt once I was a hunter, not a gladiator. I don't like that very much, but anyway. And a hunter has to be very clever, very agile. And a hunter has to be a virtuoso. A virtuoso. So knowing exactly what to do, challenging the beasts. Let me see. Am I good here? Yeah, good color. Look at the colors. I want you to enjoy this place too because there's a splashing ochre color. The lighting is perfect, isn't it? Oh, Tina is asking, how did they choose who would be glad? No, there were actually training schools, and for those who wanted to be freemen and be gladiator, they had to go through challenges, big challenges. So it's self-selective. It's self-selective. Of course, you have to be strong, agile, and you have to have no commitments besides the training school. Yeah, looks like a mega sandcastle. Stephanie says, "Good, good. Look, more of the bright color." What is Catherine saying? Absolutely stunning. Thank you, Catherine. Thank you for sharing. Thank you so much for sharing. And I feel like I've done this hundreds of times, but I think, I always want to see it in a different way. And every day is a special day. You see this passageway? This is actually for the cats, for the animals. It's in this area where people would not come in here. They would bring them and they would keep them in their cells, feeding them and trapping them with prey so that they get uh, trapped in cages. Ready for another trumpeter, Pompa? Haile Caesar i moritorite salutan. Hi Caesar i moritorite salutan. Bum pom 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 pom. I need probably a whistle or a trumpet. Good, folks. I'm done. Good, good. Look at this. We're just the only one. Let me show you this. Look at this. Just for us, folks. Thank you. Thank you. Just for us. One of the best kept preserved monuments in Tunisia, and it's listed on the World Heritage. How about that? Did you know that? I mean, you got this pleasure. I mean, to be right in exploring one of the best kept amphitheaters in the world. I'm so thrilled, folks, to have shared this with you. And again, did I lose Liam? And can't thank Liam enough for being very supportive of what we're doing. And we're thinking of other ideas of explorations here. And I'll be always here. Thank you. Thank you, Kate. Thank you, Liam. Thank you all. And I'm saying, whoa, bye bye. Salam. Ciao.